Let's talk to the Commissioner for Education in Kano State on the issue of addressing the issue of out-of-school children in Kano. Thanks for joining us this morning, Sanusi Seidu Kiru. How significant a concern is this, in your opinion? Many people have been talking about the issue of out-of-school children. Mr. Kiru, can you hear me? Hello, Mr. Sanusi Seidu Kiru, Commissioner for Education in Kano State. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay. How significant a problem do you see this out-of-school children issue that the president also raised at an event yesterday?
Hello? Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Okay, I'm hearing you now.
Okay. I'm asking how significant a problem you think this situation, the issue of out-of-school children is.
It is a terrible situation because you see the issue of out-of-school children, the impact, the implication cannot be seen right now, but definitely in the future. And that is why at our own level here, we must do all it takes to ensure that we have addressed this problem. For instance, in Kano State, which is the most populous state in Nigeria, we have put in place several policies that will address the issue of out-of-school children. Really, a society where children are not educated, of course, the issue of insecurity is there. The issue of unemployment is there. So it is really a very terrible situation if this situation continues in this country. But I assure you, in Kano, we are not witnessing any problem right now. Our children are going to school, and to God be the glory. But really, we have to do something, especially with this issue of insecurity disturbing most of northwestern states. So in the next 5-6 years, I'm sure if the situation is not handled appropriately, we will begin to see the implication.
Well, Honorable Commissioner, there was a report last year, according to UNICEF, that says Kano leads in out-of-school children with 1.5 million.
That was a 2018 report, honestly.
Well, this is a 2020 report.
That cannot be possible because when I came in, I saw the same figure in 2019, that we have 1.2 million children in Kano. But from 2019 to date, I assure you, we have put in place several policies, and I think there was this issue of Almajiri or street beggars coming into Kano from different states, especially our neighboring states. I chaired a committee for the repatriation of these Almajiris, and I think we have done so greatly in repatriating Almajiris to other states like Kaduna. We have taken them to Kebbi, Sokoto, Zamfara, Jigawa, Bauchi, Plateau, and several other states. So immediately after that, the state government also established about 2 model Almajiri boarding schools, to which we have admitted students already. And also, you could remember, the state government also disbursed more than 1.6 billion naira to our 44 local governments for construction of more classes, rehabilitation of dilapidated ones. So we also put in place a pre and compulsory basic education law in Kano, which means all school-age children must go to school. So I think we have done a lot of things that I assure you that figure cannot be recycling all the time. So even I think after the introduction of pre and compulsory basic education, and according to our survey, we discovered that we have about 481,000 out of school children, not 1.2 million.
Okay, so how many? Yeah, how many students? How many children are out of school in Kano? How many schools are shut in Kano?
We closed down only our boarding schools. And even in closing down these boarding schools, we have taken consideration of only boarding schools situated at the border local governments, and also those on the highway. So I think in total, we closed down about 30 to 32 boarding schools. But despite closing the schools, even before we closed down the schools, we had to ensure adequate and proper placement of the students in other places. So our closure of schools does not affect our students in any way, honestly. And no primary school in Kano State is closed down. No primary school at all.
Honorable Commissioner, how many children are out of school in Kano? Because according to the NBS, it looks like something in the region of 900,000 children are out of school as at this moment in Kano. So from your own record, how many children are out of school in Kano?
You see, what I'm saying now, I'm telling you from the record. Initially, you are talking about 1.2, and now you are talking about 900. And now I'm saying, all in all, in accordance with our survey, in accordance with our record, we have done an annual school census, and which has been, of course, validated by the Kano State Bureau of Statistics and the National Bureau of Statistics. So according to our record, that figure must be around 480 or 481,000. And that is what we are trying to address now.
Okay. Well, you raised another valid point earlier while you were speaking about the issue of the severity of out-of-school children and how long it'll take. Now, in the future, you said that in the present it may not be significant, but it is a problem waiting to happen in the future. Since we know that it's a problem that is going to happen in the future, what do you think can be done, whether in Kano or wherever else that we have this situation? What can be done to ensure that the problem waiting to happen doesn't come?
Well, you see, that is why I said in Kano, we understand that if children are not educated, of course, that is the repercussion we are seeing all over. This issue of banditry, you see, is a byproduct of allowing people not to be educated. That is why in Kano, we introduced this issue of pre and compulsory education, that every school-age children must go to school. And this law is there, is in operation currently. If you have a child and you refuse to take him to school, then that law will work on you. It's either the issue of fine, or we take you to correctional centers, or we merge the two together for you. So
just one more thing.
We are
So does that mean that if you have about 481,000, as you say, does that suggest that you repatriated over 1 million of them to Kaduna and the other states you mentioned? Is that what happened?
No, what I'm saying is what I'm saying is, you see, the issue is not only about Al-Majri. What we are saying is we have repatriated so many Al-Majri back to their own states. And the ones we have in Kano, we have provided mega Al-Majri boarding schools to which we have admitted these children. And apart from that, I said the state government disbursed more than 1.6 billion in providing more classrooms, in providing, in renovating dilapidated classrooms, which, of course, is helping greatly in giving us the opportunity to admit more and more children into our schools. So you can see that it's a continuous effort, and I assure you that the state government will continue to do that, so that any interested, all children will go to school, even at both primary and secondary school level. So in terms of girl child education also, we are doing so greatly. Currently, we are constructing a mega secondary school, the cost of more than 300 million. This mega secondary school will provide more than 40 to 42 classrooms, and is in the ancient city of Kano, and is specifically for girls. So you can see the issue of street hawking by these girls who are refusing to go to school is also going to be addressed. So the problem is multidimensional, and also the approach we are taking from the state government is also multidimensional. We must have to address all these problems. So we cannot say that we have addressed the problem squarely, but it's a continuous process, and this is exactly what we are doing in Kano.
All right. Well, we have to thank you very much and trust that, you'll be able to take on these issues as you have enumerated to us today. Sanusi Seidu Kiru is Commissioner for Education in Kano State. He joined us from our Kano studio. Thank you one more time.
Well,
Thank you very much.
All right, let's jump right into reviewing some of your messages. This one comes in from Mufutao Adewale, talking about Ponzi scheme. He thinks right away that the rate at which innocent people fall in the hands of Ponzi scheme is very alarming. CAC certificate gives victims confidence that the business is duly registered and being supervised by government. Concerned government agencies are therefore charged to keep post-register supervision on businesses and also background checking by investors.
Well, Sam shares his personal experience, saying that he almost invested in MMM because somebody he respected a lot was already on board, and he convinced him to invest. But he says, thankfully, that Ponzi scheme crashed just before he joined.
Saved by the bell. By the crash.
Absolutely. It goes on to say the hardship in the land is what is making a lot of people fall for these Ponzi schemes.
Yeah.
But, hey, people invest millions, by the way. So are they going through hardship as well? If you
Well,
have
they're just trying to see, make extra income and be sure that they keep things afloat, basically.
Generally, if
Streams of income.
If you've got 1 million naira and above, I don't think there's much hardship on you. But you know what? Let me go on with this mail.
Before you know it will disappear.
Goes on to say people need an additional source of income in these difficult times. Then says, I think the media can do a lot to educate the public by inviting real investment experts to talk about the dangers of these 419 Ponzi schemes. These schemes are very, very many these days. I hope those ones invited won't turn out then to be.
Well, Samuel, what have you been watching? Because that's been happening for years, decades over here.
If you want to invest in elections. Yes.
How?
A number of elections, not just... AGK says elections in Nigeria cost us so much, majorly because of the poor culture of our politicians who have a mentality of always trying to, quote, beat the system, unquote. Our technology deployment for elections in Nigeria can only be envied by many advanced countries. However, we keep having issues of credibility, transparency, and security, all because of the politics of win at all costs. If our politicians play by the rules, we will have better elections without having to spend so much. See? Invest in elections.
With your votes.
Thank you.
Well, there you go. That is it today as well. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. I'm Chamberlain.
I'm Kayode Okikiolu.
Have a wonderful day. I'm Ayo Makinde.